My name is Gracial. I'm currently a first year. I was in the APATH theme housing program, which stands for Asian Pacific American Theme Housing, and I'm hoping to maybe triple major in political science, legal studies, and psychology. I feel like APATH was a really good place to really explore being an Asian American. Obviously, like there's like a lot of you can join it even if you're not Asian American. We really talked a lot about like our experiences as Asian Americans, and personally I went to high school in a very predominantly white area, so there wasn't a lot of diversity. So being able to explore that aspect of my identity with like a group of people that thought similarly to me, that experienced the same things as me, it was like a really nice place to just make friends and just explore a lot of concepts that I never really knew, like how UC Berkeley and like San Francisco State University were like really important figures in the Asian American movement, and like having an Asian American and ethnic studies curriculum in all the universities in the entire country. I didn't know that. So I guess like I learned a lot of things about like the history and stuff like that about Asian Americans. So we met once a week, 4 to 6 on Wednesdays. Our theme housing was located in Unit 2, so everyone in the theme housing program got guaranteed housing on the 8th floor of the Cunningham building in Unit 2, and we would meet at the APR in Toll and every Wednesday, and so we would just go there for 2 hours. We would check in. It was a really nice environment. Like Nate, Phil, and Mia really worked really hard to make an environment where everyone felt really comfortable with each other. And so we would check in with each other. We would learn some stuff. Sometimes we would watch movies. Like we would watch movies like we tried watching Parasite, but the Wi-Fi and like everything got intense. So we would watch movies like that that really represented the culture. We wrote bi-weekly reflections, just reflecting on the week, what we learned. Um, it was really unfortunate because during the second semester we were supposed to present for APICON, which is the Asian American Pacific Islander like a conference where everyone was gonna get to go. Like we were looking into like getting people like Umi or like Ali Wong, like they were gonna come and speak and like stuff like that, and we were gonna present. It was supposed to be like this really big thing and we were all really excited about it, but it unfortunately got canceled. But those are the kinds of stuff that we normally do. For example, we went on a field trip to Angel Island, which is an island that's kind of like Ellis Island in New York, but for Asian American people, especially Chinese, the Chinese back in like the early 1900s. And it was a really, really good experience, I feel like, because they paid for like everything and they gave us food. And it was really good experience because we went to like San Francisco, and then we took a boat to Angel Island, and then we got to tour all the facilities, and we got to look at this really cool place where all the Chinese immigrants were placed. And I got to learn a lot about the history about the Asian American immigrants back in the day, and how a lot of these people were really, really, really smart, but they weren't treated correctly. And so when they were detained in these houses, um, they would carve Chinese poetry with like, I don't know, with whatever. They used to carve just poems and like words and like Chinese characters, and it was so beautiful, and like it was so intricately done. Like you would think that someone just took a brush and just painted it on, but it's carved into the wall. And so a lot of the people who were doing the detaining would try to like censor all of this and like try to put plaster over them, but then they would still shine through because they're like carved out. um but so I thought that was one of like a really cool experience, and we got to go to that field trip with the Fung fellows. I think that's what they're called. Basically like a fellowship from of like different groups from around the world who came to Berkeley and just learned about different things. And I made a lot of friends on that trip. I still keep on contact with a lot of the Fung fellows. um I thought that was a really cool experience. Like we had a lot of opportunities to do that kind of stuff too. Our RA, he's like a theme program RA, so he was able to like really, he lived with us and he was like RA on our floor, and he was a really good resource. His name's Christian, and he was just he really did his best to like make us feel comfortable in Berkeley. Like when we first moved, like he took me and like my roommates one day to like the Buddhist temple where they had like $8 like all you can eat buffets, and it was really good. And we got lucky because we went on like their 50th anniversary, so everything was free. And so we were just eating like Thai iced tea and like food and curry and like desserts, and it was a really good experience. I feel like it's a good way to like make friends and like just like know people and learn about your history, especially because Phil and Mia like really worked, like they work really hard to create an environment where you can make friends, where you do feel comfortable. They really do make like a nice community. It's a nice environment to be in, like especially with how intense some of the classes can be. It's nice to just know that you have this one class that you can fall back on. You have this group of people that will listen to you, that support you, that are happy for you when you like move on and like get internships and jobs and like do well for yourself. Like there's a community that like it's cheering you on, and it's just a nice way to like experience that kind of stuff. A lot of the people in my cohort, like a lot of them are living together next year because that's how well they got along. I'm like I made like most of my best friends from just my roommates and like that program. Like they're one of the best people that I've ever met, and they're just a nice way to like it was a nice way to like make friends. I feel like that's like the main takeaway. I feel like that's the main point of like team houses.